Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I am the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. We just been through our first 10 years, and now we're building for the next 10. I'm hoping to be involved for the next 20. I'm hoping, and I've got my Aura ring working for me so that I can stay healthy and happy. And I love it. It keeps me going. I got a good night's sleep last night because I knew the ring would tell me if I didn't. So I'm trying to stay on top of all of that, not just for Global Chamber, but for my grandson, so I can see him graduate in 20 years from college. Um, Global Chamber is built all around connections. It's also a trusted community that, in, because we vet every member, we vet the community. And when I say vet, I really do, and we really do take the professionalism, the ethics, the trust aspect very seriously. This week, I had to fire a member. There very rarely that happens, but there was enough smoke there to indicate that that was something that we didn't want. I didn't feel comfortable introducing that person to anyone else. And so that was an uncomfortable situation, but that's the extent that we go to. We're very much focused in on making sure that we feel really good about our community. Everybody is here is a member, so that's cool. Sometimes we'll get non-members in other meetings, and we sort through that as well, especially if someone shows up twice and they're a non-member, just to indicate who they are, et cetera. So I just wanted to kind of kick things off because that's been on my mind. I don't normally do that level of activity, but this week I had to because I felt obligated to protect members. This particular meeting, League of Extraordinaries, is probably the first type event that we've ever done. Before Global Chamber, it was intended to connect up members and leaders that I knew at the time before Global Chamber to other leaders who could help them. So I ask you today to be succinct around who you want to meet, and then provide any additional information that you would like to share. And if you have something that you need, let us know as well. If there's an urgent requirement that you have, this is a good place to do it. It's a great place to be introduced to other members. It's a great place to get known. And again, what our focus tends to be is who do you want to meet? And that ideally would be the focus of this conversation. Let's start with the guest of honor, Wagner Mendler of SGF. I think I saw you in a Globinar recently, maybe this week or last week. It was the Brazil one. I'm quite sure. Now I know what it is. We kicked off a three Globinar series with one on opportunities in Brazil. So thank you for helping to kick that off. Who, Wagner, would you like to meet through your work at SGF Global, and how can we help?
Hey Doug, always a pleasure. Thanks for the introduction. And yeah, we had the first part of the Globinar series about Brazil landscape. And mainly I was trying to, give a little bit of information for companies that are trying to expand into Brazil or that are interested in looking into Brazil. Um, I had the opportunity to talk a little bit about the the challenges and the key aspects that they need to look into when hiring in Brazil. And this can be uh, by the I would say the taxes in Brazil or how the labor laws in Brazil they function, or where are the best places to find talent in Brazil, for example, and what are the ways that you can use to hire, being like directly or you are staffing, and so it goes. And yeah, I would really love to connect with companies that needs assistance to source talent, to headhunt for talent, or to hire talent. And this can be done in Brazil, for example, but more than that, it can be done in over 35 countries right now. So SGF is a global HR provider. We connect talent to the companies, and we help them hire and administer that talent all over the globe. We are very strong in Latin America. So right now, Latin America is one of our, I would say, most intense regions, but we also have our branches and companies in other places such as Canada. Our headquarters is in Miami, US. We have offices in Houston. We have offices in Spain, Portugal, all the way to Morocco's and Israel, for example, which is, right now not exactly a a safe place, unfortunately, but we are working in there as well. So this is it. I would love to help companies to find the best talent and to hire those talent globally. That is what SGF is all about.
Appreciate that and your succinctness as well. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody else do business in Brazil?
Well, I do. Thank you, Mr. Doug and Mr. Mendler, Mr. Wagner. Sorry, we do have a lot of importers, a lot of rather buyers in Brazil for one of my $70 million plus clients. I'm an international business advisor. I think we have a sales agent there in Brazil. I think if I need to hire an additional sales agent, yes, we do business in Brazil, and it's an interesting market. We are in touch with some of the largest oil and gas players. I think I'll touch base with you offline if needed, Mr. Wagner. It's a pleasure knowing you. Thank you.
Surely, that it's gonna be a pleasure to assist. We have we have a lot of experience in oil and gas and energy, for example. Our three main markets right now, I would say, are oil and gas, finance, and IT, which in some way they connect to each other. But Brazil has a very large oil and gas industry, for instance, and we are assisting companies in oil and gas industry for more than 30 years right now with major players on this industry. So it's gonna be a pleasure.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Let's continue to go around the room and jump over to Bangladesh. And I think, Maimun, you have a new member, and we'd love to learn more. Maimun Mustafa himself is an extraordinary leader. He is based in Dhaka, but he has family in New York City. And so they run a business there. And feel free to share any that you'd like to do. You're also involved in the tech industry in Bangladesh. You've been a global leader for Global Chamber for quite a while. I was mentioning Maimun the other day, it might have been yesterday. Someone was asking about our Globinars, and I was thinking back to the one that you ran on the seafood industry a few years ago, and I think there were over 200 people there. It was unbelievable. I don't know how you did that, but that was extraordinary because we had people in Latin America and all over Asia. And, I had never thought about the seafood industry as like an industry. I'm a tech and aerospace automotive guy, and to see that happen was extraordinary. So you've really made an impact on Global Chamber over the years and really appreciate your leadership. Would you like to introduce your new member?
Of course. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's in the room today. My name is Maimun Mustafa. I am the Executive Director for Global Chamber Bangladesh. It's interesting that Doug should kind of talk about the seafood example because seafood actually runs in my blood. I'm a second generation seafood buying agent. That's one of the things that my company does. It's one of the things that I also want to talk about today, that black tiger shrimp that is very well known from Bangladesh is in season right now. And it's going to be in season till September. And right after that, freshwater or scampi shrimp is going to be available. So if you know anyone there who would want to be a buyer, we would love to help them out. And we are members of SEBAB, the Seafood Export Buying Agents Association of Bangladesh. And we love to give them the best seafood buying experience possible. But today is also very special for me because we have a new member, Syed Asir. He's an amazing individual, a global leader from his university days. He's been a VP of ISAC in New Zealand, if I'm correct. He's also been a curator of the Global Shapers Hub in Chittagong, the youth wing of the World Economic Forum, if we all know that. So Asir, if you have some time, I would love for you to introduce yourself and about the amazing things you do.
Sure. Thanks, Maimun Bhai, and thanks, Doug. Firstly, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you guys. My name is Sayed Asr Haq, and I'm very, very sorry to not be able to switch on my camera. I'm actually at a family wedding, but I've snuck out just to be able to say hi to you, lovely folks. So, please excuse me on that front. Yeah, just to very, very quickly introduce myself. I've got a firm. It's called A&A Global Consultants, and essentially it is, I would say, your gateway to Bangladesh for anyone looking to explore, develop business, study the market, and grow into the Bangladeshi market. We primarily focus on and work with disruptive technology and software. We're also very thoroughly experienced in anything garments related. My family background's in garments, and we do anything from sourcing products to investments, and all sorts of things. So yeah, I mean, I've also got my um, a company called Zara Shashan Bangladesh. It is a fashion label brand for ethnic wear for females. So yeah, so it's just a couple of different things. But happy to have conversations with anyone who's looking to explore the Bangladesh market. Give me a nudge, give me a call. Always available. But again, lovely to meet you folks.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Sounds like you're involved in a lot of different things, and looking at your LinkedIn profile looks very impressive. Does anybody have any questions, please? Anybody doing work in Bangladesh or have an intent to? And hearing none, all good. So thank you everybody for being here today. Let's move on to, let's see, I lost him. Manabu, are you here? Oh, there you are.
Yes, I
Sasaki-san.
am. Yes, I am.
Sasaki-san is based works with Itochu, and he is based in New York City. And thank you for your leadership. And certainly Itochu is world renowned for your work. And I love your work in particular in terms of looking for opportunities for investment. And so thank you for being part of Global Chamber. How was the meeting this week with Wells Fargo? Did that work out well?
I think it worked out very well.
Okay.
Charles and Susan did a great job, and the speaker was really knowledgeable. So, considering the current environment of tariffs and uncertainty going around the world, I forgot the name of the speaker's name, but he was very optimistic of how things probably will turn out. So let's hope for the best.
The chief economist at Wells Fargo, I think Charles Doherty. It sticks in my head, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
I apologize for not remembering his name, even though I was able to speak to him personally after his presentation.
Well, thank you for the work that you're doing. Who would you like to meet, and what would you like to share today?
Yes. For those who don't know Itochu, Itochu is a public company listed in Japan, $70 billion market cap in Tokyo. And I had the corporate development at Itochu International, which is based in New York. And I covered the North American market for M&As, new business developments, and other corp development related work. So we're a very diversified industry, multi-industry corporation. So I think Saeed mentioned about textile garments. That's kind of the origin of our company. The founder 160 years ago started as a textile merchant in Western Japan. And food business, yes, we do have a global food business, and I was able to introduce one of our member to our Ghana Accra office as well. So the reason I'm here is for two things. I joined as an individual capacity, but usually these types of network may lead to new business opportunities. That's why I joined. And Doug, thank you very much for inviting me in. And also, I would be happy to help whether, to anyone that if there's an opportunity for both sides to conduct business, I'll be happy to make that introduction, even though my coverage right now is basically North America, mostly in the US. But again, the company itself, the parent company and the group has do business in over 60 countries. So happy to coordinate any opportunities as well. And from a personal perspective, since my background comes from working for large organization, not just Itochu. I was an investment banker, and also prior to that, I started my career at a bank in Japan. So I've been working with mostly large institutions, but what was appealing for me for Global Chamber is that I meet new types of people, entrepreneurs, and people who are running their own businesses, a little bit different culture from large institutions. So very stimulating and positively exciting to meet new people. So that's kind of like my purpose. So I'm open to meeting different types of people, and hopefully something would happen. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. And I think it's a really good point, because having myself been a corporate guy for almost my entire life with DuPont and with Phelps Dodge, now Freeport McMoran, I realized as I was leaving that world that world doesn't encourage this kind of activity with other groups, or unless it's like kind of a specialty group within the corporation. And Sasaki-san, being that you're looking at different investments and things like that, I would imagine they'll be continue to encourage you to do that. But in general, corporations don't interact. I never did. I wasn't allowed. I tried to do it actually with Phelps Dodge, and it had to be passed up to the president. I was an executive of the company, and it actually was a board role, and so it had to be approved. And so it's thinking back on it, it's the corporate world is definitely very different. And part of the reason why I believe in having everybody together like this is to encourage more communication and collaboration and support across. So thank you, Sasaki-san. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Doug.
Let's continue to go around the room. Rhonda Bowen, you've got a lot of things going on, including you've got a special event that you're attending coming up in Switzerland. I would love to have you share that, and anything else that you would like to share. Good morning, good afternoon.
Yes, good morning to you. Good afternoon to me. Thank you very much. I've just put my details in the chat, and I will put in the event because that's the most important thing at the moment. Starting on July 8th, there will be the United Nations AI for Good Summit in Geneva, Switzerland for the 8th time. And I attended last year and was absolutely enthralled, and I'm going back this year. If you go to this link, you'll be able to see that you can join the conference also online for free. And if AI is something you've been bitten the bug by as well as I have, please also join what's called the neural network. There's a little yellow button up on the top or right corner. You will be informed the whole year about all of the new things that are going on. And what I'm offering to people here in Global Chamber is that since I will be there in person, and the things that you'll be able to see online live will be wonderful, but what you won't be able to do is talk to exhibitors. And I already have quite a long list of exhibitors where clients, colleagues, peers have said, oh, I would love to find out who I should be able to talk to at this or that company. And I am going to make an entire day of just walking around the exhibition floor and making sure that I find the right people for you to talk to about the things that you need to know for AI. Last year, there were about 80 exhibitors. I haven't counted this year. There's a huge list if you go to the website. And if you're interested in finding out about who is working in those places or what exactly they're doing and would like to have a personal contact, please reach out, send me an email. I will then take your request, go and talk to those people in the week after the conference, get back to you and get you involved with a person who can actually help you on that from that particular organization. Looking forward to being of service. And if you have any questions, I'd love to take them now.
Brilliant. You've been to this before. This is not your first rodeo.
This is my second time. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Great. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody plan to be there?
Well, I have a separate question. You are in the NRW region. I work with the NRW provincial government of Germany. I'm looking to hire sales agents for one of my clients there. I'll send you a separate mail. We'll connect offline. And I think it's good knowing you. It's good knowing you, Ms. Rhonda. And yes, thank you for the introduction. Thank you.
Wonderful. Look forward to hearing from you. And that won't be for Geneva. I'll take care of that before I go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Cesar, Nikhil then probably should also speak with Go Global. Vincent's not there in Switzerland anymore, but I'm sure that that can be handled in some other way. Let's continue to go around the room. And Josh Finfrock is a new member. He is an expert on, as he brilliantly states in his name there, transfer pricing. And this is, for those of you in the product world, you know that transfer pricing, and particularly now with tariffs, is critically important to do it right, to be able to be efficient and save money. So, Josh, thank you for joining Global Chamber. What would you like to share? Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Yeah, thanks. It's my first time jumping on one. So I lead a niche transfer pricing consulting practice at a CPA firm called Weaver, and we work with both U.S. companies going overseas and a lot of inbound companies coming into the U.S. And I think in the coming year, a lot of the interest will be from the inbound group coming into the U.S. with tariff impact and tax reform and all these things that become secondary. They become the primary cause that creates opportunity for me to help companies adapt their transfer pricing, which is their income tax consequence for their cross-border activity, is what I would think of that as. So nobody wants to pay taxes once, but they certainly don't want to pay them twice. And so we try and help companies have optimization in that space. And who I'm usually wanting to meet is quite often attorneys, but business support people that's why I'm at the Global Chamber, that are dealing with companies that are multinational, right? That's the space I live in. Everything I do pretty much is a multinational company in some flavor, and from relatively small up to really large companies. The issues can be quite similar. The resource mix they have to deal with them is very different. So yeah, I think really companies that are thinking about how to manage their supply chain into the US and what that tariff impact is going to be, and then what the tax parallel to that is going to be, are certainly the kind of companies that I'll always want to be meeting and try and help a lot. I'm based in Orange County, California. So pretty close to Los Angeles.
Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Does anybody have any questions or any transfer price needs, or do you know anybody who would be interested in saving a little money on taxes?
Josh, here in Gabriel Uribe from Mexico City. I'm the executive director in Mexico City. So, can you please contact me? And I'm right now. I cannot put my info in the chat, but I can introduce you to a couple of law firms here in Mexico. Actually, Jaime, that it's a new member of the Global Chamber, and Jorge Cabello, that he will become a board member here in Mexico. So he will. They are tax attorneys here in Mexico, Jorge, and they might have businesses that it will be interested for you, and also another member that it's a person that helps you do the import and export. I don't know how that's called in
a
English.
trade compliance or customs broker.
Customs broker. Thank you. Yeah. agente aduanal in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
You work
Please.
you work across borders, Josh?
Yeah. I mean, that's the primary space. Yeah, in the customs piece, I think anybody working with those kind of businesses is going to be probably mostly focused on that right now and thinking about what the impacts and options are there, which involves that's a whole nother set of law, right? Customs law is a big world in its own right, in compared to taxation, but they do parallel, and transfer pricing is one of those places where they have to interact. So I think it'll be an interesting year for sure. It's already an interesting year.
Well, let's probably Eduardo Cesar, probably Eduardo would be a good one as well. Eduardo Gonzalez. Let's keep going around the room so we can finish up in 30 minutes. Let's go to another new member, Jorge Maldonado, and your company. I think it's called Digitally Market. But please correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome, Jorge. Are you available to speak and let us know who you'd like to meet?
Well, thank you for mentioning me. Right now I'm driving, sorry. I'm just getting out from a meeting, but yeah. So quickly I'm going to introduce myself. Well, thank you. I'm just a new member for Global Chamber. I work in Puerto Rico. My company is based here. My company is particularly like a boutique marketing digital consulting firm. So our main specialty is developing campaigns for automotive, hospitality, healthcare, and education. So we represent a couple of new solutions here on the island, also in United States. But I'm eager to know more people from for Latin America and Europe. So that's why I'm right here. So
welcome.
thank you.
You typically are supporting them with marketing services?
Correct. Digital marketing services, website, programmatic solutions, Google, Meta, and other customs development.
Okay, very good. And have you already met us? You've met Cesar in person? Certainly by Zoom.
By Zoom, yes. I think that later in July we're going to have a meeting, personally. So,
okay.
Yeah. Well, we are from the same hometown, so we have a lot in common.
Oh, you're from Ponce?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, amazing. Okay, he had mentioned that somebody had joined from Ponce, so that's awesome. That's
yeah, that's great. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Jennifer Cairns in the UK. Jennifer, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Doing very well. You are a rebel.
Good.
And so let us know who you'd like to meet. We'd love to learn more and help out where we can.
Yes, hi, thanks so much, Doug. Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm Jennifer, and really what we're looking to do is to build collaborations or work with partners who would be interested around inclusive and accessible immersive events. What we can bring to the table is not just the immersive and inclusive or immersive and sort of virtual aspect, but the inclusive and really working to help make events more accessible. We're also doing some cool things around inclusive AI and accessibility tech. And we also do things around media. So we have a very cool positive change media platform. So we're looking to connect with anyone who themselves or might know somebody who wants to be seen as really being part of that movement and that mission, and have positive visibility, but also possibly use it as an in-house publication. It can be tweaked and adjusted, or to work with our team to create in-house media of their own. And basically anyone who's interested in working with supporting or empowering any kind of marginalized business owners or startups, especially around the areas of neurodiversity, disability, gender, and culture.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Have you already met Lindsay Boyd then? Lindsay Boyd, does that name ring a bell?
I think there was I don't know, but I know I've heard the name mentioned before. I'm not sure if there's been an actual introduction made yet.
They do so many events.
I don't think so.
in London Tech.
Mm,
She was a speaker, and she herself and her group do lots of events, and so she's probably a really great fit. And so,
yes,
remind
okay.
me where are you actually located? You're not in London, I don't think.
I'm in Belfast in Northern Ireland. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, got it. So, thanks for sharing. And I think we actually have some conversations about Belfast too. So sorry, I remember seeing an email about that, and if we haven't followed up, we will. I'll make a note.
Yes, okay. Thanks, Doug.
Very good. Thank you. Sorry, I'm making a note. Real time. I don't want to forget because that's actually been sticking in my head for a few days, and so thank you for jogging that. We're intensely working at Global Chamber right now, putting in a new operating system. So it's been building up for several weeks, and I figure every week, the next week is going to be the most intense. And I think we're reaching that week next week. So I'm a little bit, as the rest of the team is, a little bit stressed, a little bit. I think it feels very liberating because we're going to have a good amount of power to be able to add more value going forward and to understand members better through the database. The database we have is horrendous. It's terrible. And I feel terrible that I've allowed it to go on this long. But I feel amazing that we're finally at the cusp of doing something great. If any of you have been part of an IT project where you've pulled things together, it's both painful and ultimately liberating. And we're not at the liberating stage yet. We're in the painful stage. Nikhil Sheth, how are you? Thank you for your already being engaged in this conversation today, and thank you for the conversation regarding your member who has the Australian property and the connection with Kaoru Nakagawa, who's our global advisor in both Sydney and Tokyo. What would you like to share? Who would you like to meet, Nikhil?
Thank you so much. My sincere apologies, Mr. Doug, Mr. Caesar, and the wonderful team here. I'll be taking a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes maybe to switch on my video and just getting into my upstairs office. In the meanwhile, yes, I'm an international business advisor. I work with foreign governments as well as, of course, with the Indian government to promote trade ties, bilateral ties between India and the rest of the world. I've had the opportunity. So we are basically, I'm looking to I think quite an impressive profile of people here. I've been checking out the LinkedIn's, and I think most importantly, I'm looking to meet people from the private sector, even from the public sector. By public sector, I mean the government. People who are looking to get their next level of growth. When I say the next level of growth, pardon me for putting this in a very simple term. People who want sales out of their business, whether it's a product or a service which they are selling, who want tangible sales, who want revenue, who want growth, and basically who don't want the long talk. No theory, just implementation. I'm fortunate to be working with a couple of, or rather around 5 to 7 clutch of clients in a day. And we are working on more and more projects over the world, including the Australian one, which you so gracefully mentioned, Mr. Doug. I think that's it. I'm just looking to see if there's anyone who's looking to grow their business, and we are here to help. Thank you.
Who are you looking for, though? I mean, everybody wants to grow their business. Be more specific. Where are they? What types of companies? Be a little bit more granular, please.
Well, yes. Well, I'm looking for companies who could be facing certain issues with regards to their international growth, especially the importers, the buyers, the kind of crowd which they wish to meet and get the, we call it we call it simply in business terms, we call it RFQs, request for quotations. So basically, people who are looking to generate as many RFQs or relevant requests for quotations, which could be converted into business. So I think, I'm sector agnostic. That's the point. So I'm not particularly looking for any sector or any type of company. I'm just looking to see whether it's a product focused or a service focused company. based on which I could, based on which I could do a deep assessment and then get down to how could we help them.
And where are the best locations for those companies to be?
Well, that's all based on a individual discussion in terms of where exactly are they currently headed, where exactly
No,
have
where are
been
the best ones for you?
well, can you rephrase that question, Mr. Daga? I'm sorry.
Where are the best clients for you? What country
Well,
to be in?
No, that's a very good question to ask. The best clients for me right now are in Europe, are in parts of Asia, and of course in North America and New Zealand. Sorry, I forgot New Zealand. We have a yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing. And you're based where?
I'm based out of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, the westernmost part of India. I have a partner office in UK, and I think we have certain partners there in Brisbane, Australia, as well as a few parts of the world. But I think my home office, of course, I would like to state it's in India. Thank you.
Very good. In Ahmedabad. Thank you very much. Sayali Molkate has ties to India as well. She's based in Austin, Texas, and they do amazing IT work, particularly integrating applications into enterprise and mid-sized companies to be able to make them more effective and productive. So undoubtedly, you can relate to our challenges right now with data and putting in a new system. You guys are involved with that all the time. How can we help you? Who would you like to meet, Sayali?
Hi, Doug. Good morning. Thank you for this event. Myself, Kylie, I'm from Aprilai. We do have office here in Austin, Texas, and 2 offices in India. So we are a custom software development services company, helping different diverse industries on their digital transformation, different projects wherein they would like to integrate different systems, build some reports, get into a new development phase. We also work with different kind of services. It is not just limited to building software from scratch and deploying to purpose product support, but we also work with different SaaS products on custom implementation. Like for example, CRM automation. We do project management, time tracking related tools. We also help with robotic process automation, which is a kind of a must step before going for any AI solutions. We also help on a lot of different consulting, software assessment, and as said that we make sure that all technology hassle taken on our side, and we work as a tech partner for different businesses. So if you would like a trusted partner in software development, feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And let's continue to go around the room. Let's go to Anne Duval, who I think is in Dominican Republic, right? Hi, Anne. How are you? Is there anything that we can do to help? Are you available?
She wrote in the chat that she's with her 6-month-old. Okay,
Oh.
there she is there. Okay.
Hi, Anne. Oh, you're on mute.
I'm good. There is a lot of noise around me with my baby. I can talk, but I left a message in the chat group.
I see. No, we can hear you. Actually, it's filtered out very nicely. Did you want to just say hi and talk a little bit about how we can help, or it's okay if you
I left a message in the chat group.
You put something in the chat. Okay, I should be reading the chat. Today, I'd like to briefly present you with a current. Is it cacao? Like chocolate, you meaning? We are working directly with verified producers, currently have 50 metric tons of premium organic cacao beans. Okay, so you've got and baby eels. Okay, soon we will have baby eels. That sounds sad that you have baby eels, I guess to eat, right? Is that what the intent is? Oh my goodness, okay. If it was baby seals, that would be even sadder, but baby eels, I happen to love eels, so that's great. Thank you for sharing. And Lord Divers, and I know we need to get back to him as well. I'm not sure where that stands, so I'll double check on that. So I think we've gotten to everyone except I have been unsuccessful to find Dylan Rosario in either in LinkedIn or in a membership level. Dylan, how have I missed you? are you part of Global Chamber or?
Hi, Mr. Doug. Well, this is my first time attending the Global Chambers. I was recently added as a member. Mrs. Caesar was the one who added me.
Oh, could I just pause? So is that the correct spelling of your name? Because I could not find you anywhere. So
yeah, I mean, I don't really have LinkedIn. I recently joined Migrate World, this company, so that's why you couldn't find me anywhere. And I
okay.
don't really have a social media presence because a strict family. So I never had any social media growing up.
Okay,
But
is Cesar, are you there? Cesar, are you available?
I'm here. Yes, Doug. Yes.
So is Dylan another Ponce guy?
No. So Dylan is coming from Migrate World, a member in Dubai.
Oh,
It's
okay.
through Mo Awaj, I think it's his name.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, very good. So probably that's the reason why I haven't been connected to you on email yet. So I apologize. So great to have. Are you in Dubai?
Yes, I've been in Dubai for about 20 years now. I work for Migrate World. So can I give a brief about Migrate World, if that's possible?
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so Migrate World, we're focusing on citizenship, residency, and investment, primarily in the GCC area, which is United Arab Emirates, Saudi, Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait. We also have offices in Canada, across Europe. But recently, we have sort of diversified our portfolio because there has been a lack of trust in the market. A lot of people want to move to the GCC and open a business here, and honestly the cost of doing that isn't transparent yet, and we've just felt that there is a need when people want to open a branch or operate in this region. They are paying excessively or above the market rate. So that's what we are opening up recently. So we are partnered with a lot of free zones and a lot of government agencies all across the GCC, and we're trying to enable smooth connections for various different development because essentially we want the economy to grow, and it's vital for people to come to the region and be able to operate. So that's our primary focus as of now. In the same line, opening a company here, there's also a tax policy here to be followed, accounting, and various different compliance that has to be done. So we are also trying to get all that sorted out for you, so people can focus on business development and leave the company operations to us, so that everything is run smoothly and you don't have to worry about any penalties or anything that you might get a fine in this region. So that's where we come in.
Fantastic. Does anybody have any questions? Is anybody else growing in that region and might be interested in connecting up and learning more? We had a presentation by Michael Tucker. I think it might have been this week or in the last couple weeks. He's a member, a long time member, original member of Global Chamber in Tucson, Arizona. He's moved recently to the UAE. And in the conversation, we talked about I think I said UAE, I meant Saudi Arabia. We talked about UAE and Saudi Arabia and that region and how amazing it is. We also had in our weekly real estate call on Wednesday, I did not attend, but I heard later from Alexia Bertsatos, who was there last week or this week, how amazing both countries are right now. So there's a lot going on, and everyone probably who's involved with global business should have at least a toe there. Does anybody have anything you'd like to ask or contribute to that part of the world? Maimun, are a lot of Bangladesh companies also involved in that region?
It is. It's a bit disputed because we are not officially allowed to invest until you get a specific SRO from the government. So remitting money outside is difficult, but I do know that somewhere or the other, a lot of Bangladeshis are moving there, especially in the UAE right now.
Yeah.
Got it. Very good. Thank you very much. Dylan, sorry I didn't have you on my radar, and now I definitely do. So thank you very much. Great work that you're doing. Let's continue. Thank you. Let's continue to go around the room. There's a couple more folks I think that we haven't heard from. Jim Cook and Nihi Sanusi. Jim, Doctor of Startups. How are you? Anything that you would like to share? Anything we can do to help?
Well, hi, panel. Doctor of Startups takes care of that. What we do is take startups and pivots to the point that they need the panel's help. All right, so our job is foundation, what we call Christ test, to get them to the point they need investments, they need compliance. That's why we're here. So our basic job is to take projects where we drive them to what we need from Global Chamber, who we like to meet. Anything across your desk. We've got a pretty good crew going, but anything across your desk where you've got a startup or a pivot that is worth the effort for all of us, just drop me a note and we'll see if it's worth it.
Jim's in Central Florida. Thanks, Jim, for your work. Longtime unicorn finder and accelerator. Thank you very much. Nihi Sanusi is a longtime member of Global Chamber, is a gateway to Africa. He's based in Lagos, but and he's working with Global Chamber Nigeria and TT and the work that she's doing. And I think you've got an event coming up in the fall, and you've always got your hands in a lot of different opportunities. He is, if you're interested in expanding in Africa, one of the next steps for you to be connected. Nihi, what would you like to share? How can we help? Oh, uh-oh. You seem to be frozen. And I think he might have disappeared. Oh, there you are. How are you?
Oh, wow. Sorry. I'm fine. Thank you very much, Doug. Had some interference.
No worries. How are you?
I'm okay. I trust you're doing well too.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I know you've been really busy. I've seen a lot of activity, things that you've been involved with, including with the Global Chamber activities there. Anything you'd like to share? Anything you need help with?
Well, thanks to Jem. I should be grateful to Jem. She's really been very helpful with our graphics for the upcoming event in August. We have, for the benefit of everyone else, we have an event called the Global Legal Roundtable. This will involve quite a number of lawyers from the Southern Africa development community to come speak with Global Chamber members. My name is Nihi Sanusi. I'm a lawyer in Nigeria, and I'm also a Global Chamber advisor, board advisory chair here in Lagos, Nigeria. Quite a lot of things going on. In July as well, we have an entrepreneurship summit. That should be around the 21st, 22nd. Global Chamber is involved, and OTT is handling that on a huge scale. But for general purposes, if you happen to be in the Africa area or interested in Africa for the long term or even the medium term, I'll be happy to have a discussion, whether it's in the investments, humanitarian causes, and so on. Let's have a chat and let's see what that leads to. So thank you very much, Doug. Apologies again for the interference. Thank you.
No worries at all. Yeah, coming up, that event in Nigeria is in September, and that's one that we're very involved with. And then I know you've got a legal event that's coming up in the fall, and we've got in Tanzania the July 9th through 11 that Global Chamber Executive Director Nima Maleli is leading with the president of Tanzania. So it made me think of some of the things that might be coming up that could be of interest to this group. That would include on Thursday, July 3rd. We normally have it on the first Friday of the month, but we moved it because Friday is a holiday in the United States. We've moved the news, exporting FDI trade news to Thursday the 3rd, and we have a special speaker, Jeff Cartwright, who is an expert on North America. And so he'll be talking about tariffs and trade and what the implications and future look like as much as we can crystal ball it. So that's on the 3rd of next Thursday. Tamer Flores joined here right here at the last minute. So Tamer, do you have a minute or two just to say hi and anything we can do to?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I had another meeting and it was too, a little over the time. But thank you for that. Again, you probably know me. My name is Tamer Flores. I'm founder of BizDeglo. I do the strategy, planning, and execution for the international expansion of my clients, and I become their international growth officer. Basically, if you have a client or you know someone that is looking to expand and grow into another country, mostly from the USA, overseas, or from international countries into the USA, contact me and we can work together.
Great. Originally from Peru, based in Florida today. And so thank you, Tamer, for your expertise in that area. We're right at the top of the hour. We've got 5 minutes. We try to now end our programs at 55, just so that it gives you enough time to move on to the next whatever you've got going. I'll ask Cesar just to say a word, but I'd like to take another 30 seconds and just say that you've been part of League of Extraordinaries. Our members, primarily our core members, are exporters and investors and people who have investments, and surrounding that are service providers. And this meeting is really designed for service providers to be able to build your network in terms of referral partners. And so that's the purpose. That's why you're all mostly service providers. That's the intent of this meeting, and hopefully you continue to build relationships within the Global Chamber. Since this is all members of Global Chamber, these are all trusted folks. Connect up in LinkedIn. And as we heard earlier, Dylan, you're the only one I think here that probably doesn't. And I definitely encourage you to build one to make sure that you have one. That'll go a long way to vetting people and for us to find you and stay connected. So I highly encourage that as well. Cesar, do you have any final words, either about things that are coming up or just overall what you heard today?
Thanks, Doug, and thanks everyone for joining us today. You mentioned briefly at the beginning when introducing Wagner about the Brazil series, and so that was the first event of 3 that we're doing, and the second one is going to be on Wednesday. So I invite you all to join us and learn more about Brazil. It was I think it went pretty well. I think it was pretty good one, and so the next one is going to be more about the cultural aspects and marketing and social media and all that in the country. And I see Rhonda is raising her hand, but no, that's what I wanted to mention. And Doug, also, you mentioned a little bit about us moving into a new system, and so that's why we're a little bit delayed on introductions and follow-ups and all that. So I want to make excuse, but there's an excuse. So I really appreciate Jem and Madhav in the team. I've been working this morning on a little bit. I had to jump in the database, so that's why. But we sometimes you need to take a couple of steps back in order to come with faster and stronger. So that's where we are, right? Thanks, everyone. And go ahead, Rhonda.
We're just about to move the data from where it is today into the new system. So like we're hours kind of away. So it's going to be exciting. Rhonda, what's going on?
I just wanted to mention that yesterday I went to visit a new business partner of mine who had just spoken to you, the folks from Ames. And just explaining to everybody here in the room, this is exactly the way these things work. And I actually had an offer yesterday to become a cooperation partner with this company. And I had already sent them here to Global Chamber, and they are so excited. And this is co-creation at its best. And I just wanted to send my appreciation and remind everybody else that's what we're here for.
You're amazing, because I think you connected us to the German guy, and he pulled in the Netherlands guy, and then they introduced me to the president who's in Greece.
Yeah, right.
And then the rest is history. So I think they're going to be joining fairly soon. So I'm glad that all worked out. So thanks everybody for joining today. Have a great rest of your Friday. Thank you for taking the time. If there's anything else that you need from us, wait a couple days. No, anytime is okay. We'll be happy to handle any question, anytime, any need, anytime. We're here. The next couple days, we're definitely going to be a little bit more stressed than normal. Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Jam, appreciate it.
Bye.
Thanks, Jorge. Appreciate it. Thanks, Nihi, Tamer.